Look at this list. I forget who gave it to me now at this point, but built by JustSaiyan. Kind of sounded like it was a bit more tempo-y. See a little bit of that with the frothing. Single Senjin. Tinkmaster is an interesting addition. Double Whirlwind, a single slam, and this kind of decent high-end. It's still kind of plays like Control, but yeah, a little more aggressive early. Okay. Well, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, if you haven't played X amount of games, you're in the new queue. Yeah, and it always puts you on like Cursed Hollow and stuff, and they play with other new players. But the player base was so small that that was over half an hour. Really? That's weird, because I played with a friend who made like a Smurf account, and that new queue, maybe it's because we queued together, but that new queue I think was like 5 games or something. They make you play like 5 games on Cursed Hollow, and we were out of it in no time. But that was like 2 years ago. What's weird is the player base kind of blew up at the end of last year as well. Like, I don't know, that's when I came back to the game after a while. And, I know, like, Donkey included it in his,
this guy's toast.
His, like, top games of the year, which I think might have been part of that. Is queuing together quicker? See, I would have thought it would be, slower, actually. What do we do here? Frothing doesn't do a lot, but like, I'm actually a little tempted to shield block shield slam, but I kind of want to do that on a Drake as well. Yeah, I don't want him to cold blood and push damage. I don't know, the draw's fine here. Let's just do that. Because I liked it more than LOL, but yeah, that put me off. Interesting. Yeah, I would try again. I mean, if I do end up playing today or some other day or whatever, anyone's welcome to join. Because I'm terrible. I would drag the team down. I feel like frothing hero power is better than Senjin here. But yeah, that is my drunk game. I just like to chill, not care about my rank with it. Play with friends a lot. Don't really have much time for MOBAs. I'd be keen to jam with you at some point for a good laugh. Yeah, I am 100% down with that. Cause yeah, it's the only MOBA that I like ever really play. Or really ever have played. I'm worried about getting Karen sapped. I kind of think it's better to just Senjin Armorsmith. In fact, I'm almost certain. I don't think we Whirlwind until we have a better opportunity. We guys got a chance to dig into Execute, maybe kill this. But yeah, that would be fun. I'd like that. Oh, I gotta change the thing. We're playing Hearthstone. Okay, so we sapped that. What's he got? This, I guess? Okay. Dang, and we get the Execute. Same thing though. Still a decent chance we get hit with the second sap. Not huge. But just building armor in Senjin is good, especially with a Gore Hell to deal with something next turn. Yeah, interesting list. guessing he does something to deal with that, but we can use both of these. Okay. Reasonable. I don't think there's any other line. How deep is he? God. She's probably pretty deep. Or close to, Leroy double shadow step. At least he's used his eviscerates for clears. I'm not really keen on anything here. Like, he can hit and whirlwind drop Geddon to take this out. It feels so bad though. Probably not much that we draw off of Acolyte either.
What now?
I think I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, I don't like any of those lines. I don't like our position. Okay, expected. Seems pretty dead. Yeah, it's gonna go ahead and concede. Yeah, so Geddon would have been a bit better there. I guess he wouldn't have got that guy buffed, but even just Edwin at an 8-8, we didn't have any answer for after. Yeah, I gotta think what we're gonna do for the rest of the stream. I'm still gonna exercise today. So I'll probably do this. Fire something in the oven. Do some exercise, and then, yeah, I don't know what we'll do for the rest of the night. Miracle just needs to get deleted? Yeah, I'm with you. Worst deck to play against? Yeah, it is Solitaire, pretty much. And it's also just like, one of the annoying things I find about it is, I keep an Acolyte here? Maybe. I don't mind Acolyte. Should I be digging for Frothing? Because Frothing's probably good in this matchup. Yeah, maybe we don't need the Acolyte. But yeah, one of the things that's annoying is even if you leave like shitty 3/3s on the board, they can just buff them with Cold Blood. So like, they don't even need the perfect draw. Sometimes they get an Edwin, they just buff shit. And it's like, you need to be able to deal with everything they possibly have. And then they could still have the Gadgets hand thing, and then you're screwed. What am I going to eat? Probably a quesadilla. It's kind of what I'm thinking. If I'm going to exercise, I need something protein rich. And I ordered, these cheesy chicken quesadillas.
Happy Feast of Wintervale.
Yeah, we'll just do that. Yeah, they're quite good. All the stuff that this place makes, right, that they all like make in-house, it's all actually like quite delicious. But it does depend, because it's one of those things where like who makes it, maybe it's the time of day, maybe it's who's on shift, they have different locations, stuff like that. Sometimes you get an order and it is perfect. Oh man, I love seeing people steal my Twilight Drakes. Makes me so happy, actually. Yeah, let's do that. And yeah, it's like, I don't know what kind of cheese they use, but it's perfect. The amount they use is perfect. It's one of those, like, you know, you take a bite, you get like that nice long like string of it. It's just rubbery enough that it's kind of chewy, but it's got that sharp taste. Like, oh god, it's so good. And then other times, it's just a mess. And for some reason, they'll put like beef in with the chicken, and like in like a really disproportionate amount that it doesn't belong at all. It's, I don't know, super hit or miss. What do I want to do here? This isn't typical Control Warrior. So like Taskmaster and Whirlwinds and stuff have all this utility with the frothing. I don't really want to pop down Sylvanas and hit here because you can just armor up Shield Slam. You get no value. I don't mind just running them both in though with an Armor Smith.
No problem.
Oh, Jesus.
No problem.
Like, you know when your brain's just on two separate paths? Just about whiff there. Say one thing, do another. So your quesadillas are solitaire too? I mean, they're only for me in that, yes, that I'm not here to share them. Random, but do they only play classic music when you're in classic? I think so. I think so, because I recognized when I was playing Arena that all these songs sounded different and weird and out of place. Like holding Armor Smith for taunts or Brawl, otherwise it dies so easily. Yeah, maybe. You could hold on to it. I could see that. So if you swing and hit, he can't armor up Shield Slam Sylvanas. But still not like that good. I actually don't mind frothing here. Because if he uses hard removal like a Shield Slam on it, I think it's a win in this matchup. Let's try it. 7, I'm not expecting anything too bad, right? It's like Baron. But he's not on the rag, man. Yeah, not weird and out of place. That's this music. But yeah, I never even thought about it until you said it. To me, that's Hearthstone music. Oh, an execute. Okay, I thought he was just gonna task me. So.
Armor made to fit.
Another frothing. What would he invest to kill that other frothing? I almost want to swing and hit to strip off some armor.
What now?
There's potential reg. We got an answer there. 3, it's 2. He'll be at 4.
Be thirsty.
I feel like it's right to swing. Just in anticipation of potentially running this out with less mana. Sorry, with less armor for Shield Slam. Yeah, I was surprised to see execute there. Realized it because I had you in the background when I was playing. Oh, okay. Yeah, and it just stands out. No Alex and 2 dead whirlwinds would be tough in this matchup. Yeah, I think unless you can somehow pull off the frothing combo. And I mean, maybe he knows that. Maybe that's why he's so eager to execute it. But no, this does feel like I'm in a disadvantageous spot.
My shield for Argus.
Yeah, I did not expect to see that. Very strange.
I strike.
Would I ever? It doesn't really matter. Like, I really don't want to get BGH'd, but we're gonna do it. It's one of those times where I actually maybe prefer it goes face. This could eat a shield slam, but then unless he also has a way of killing that, maybe we just get a bunch of damage there. I don't know. I feel like I have to be a little bit more aggressive with this list, though. If it was regular control warrior, I think I'd feel more comfortable holding back on that, but it's just... This does feel... Feels like we're playing from behind.
I've got the beast in my sight. I've got the beast.
Maybe it's Harrison's hiding. Do something with Gorehell. That would be nice. Okay, I think I'll at least do this patiently and leave Sylvanas. Chill on that still. Definitely didn't expect double BGH and Defender of Argus. What is this? And he had a Twilight Drake too, right? Yeah. Yeah, we executed one earlier. It's just strange. I'm curious what else he's got. Anything? Is he connected? Are we connected?
I gotta move.
This is the definition of warrior versus warrior. 15 minutes later. I'll armor up. So I feel like I still want to run out the armor smith. I think you were saying hold on to him for brawl. I don't know, it's not like he's gonna build much of a board. Most you win a 50-50. I'm gonna do it. But yeah, there's the other thing. I'm thinking of like Diagora Hell and think about swinging face to strip armor. Because I don't think we've seen shield slams. But with all the weird cards that he's running, I'm also not sure that he's even got a Harrison necessarily. Okay, he played double BGH, but he's still just going to shield slam that.
Strike.
Playing any draws already a mistake? I feel like it's not. I'm not real eager to run out acolytes, but like, we kind of need playable stuff.
Strike.
Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if I should just Taskmaster that and start going ham. Well, let's see. So you have Harrison. The game obviously goes to heavy fatigue. You don't draw a single card anymore. Yeah, I don't know that it's generally going to fatigue, especially because these both just seem like really weird decks. Like, I know you definitely have to be conscious of card draw in this matchup, but I'm just not sure that you have to be that scared. Interesting. I can't remember, did he use 2 executes or 1? Just 1, right? 1 on the frothing. Because he wasted 2 BGH for removal. I think so. Because I was wondering if I should Grom here though. I think we just Shield Slam. Maybe I do get. Can we save it for like a Sylvanas steal at some point too?
I wonder.
I'm gonna do this. Force him to do some kind of removal. Yeah, I think it's a really like fine line to walk when you do that whole fatigue thing. Like at the highest of high levels, you have to be really, really conscious of it. Because yeah, I'm really not sure if I should have played this out or just tried to hold on to it endlessly. That's a good draw. We gotta try it. We have to try it. Like, you can execute this thing, it's alright. So sad. Oh, it's so sad. I think I have another Taskmaster. We've got Whirlwind, so I don't need this as a Grom activator. It's a little shitty to give it out as an execute activator, but I think I'll do this. He's got answers in hand. The opponent hasn't played anything for 10 turns. Yeah, I feel like it's not clear. And yeah, like I said already, I think it's especially not clear with these two lists. But who knows? Maybe you're right. Maybe. Do I want to force the trade? I kind of want him to. But what if he does something else? No. He's got like a war axe or something. Yeah, I'm really confused. Extra BGH isn't the craziest thing, but it's still weird in Warrior. But the Argus is what really threw me for a loop. But then everything else is completely standard control Warrior.
Back to
don't want to run out an Acolyte. Still feel like we don't get much Sylvanas value. See, I don't want to run that out for the brawl, but I kind of think you brawl, and then if he lives, you execute. And if he lives, I guess you just chill. I don't think you're getting a better brawl than this. Yeah, I think this is a tough matchup anyway. I think we got a chance. So if he's running Cairn, and he plops down Cairn before our Sylvanas, that definitely helps. The thing is, he just doesn't have to, which is probably why he's not. See, here I don't want to draw. But this is just it. I feel like I have to get that down, and he's just gonna War Axe.
I have no time for games.
I don't know, I guess he might like hit execute and then we can get that down next turn. And maybe he doesn't have the ability to kill it. Probably wins from his position with only hero power removals. I think so. I think so.
Let the pain speak to me.
Hold on though.
Back to work.
Not gonna lie, it was a pretty good play on his part. Pretty cool anyway. Alright, so we play triple Acolyte of Pain, double Whirlwind, right? Wow.
What now?
Thing is, I can't even Grom Whirlwind hit him in the face because his other Shield Slam still kills us. Oh my god, this is bad. I want to execute my own Acolyte. I actually think it's this. Okay, that is at least reasonable. Yeah, he might have a Sylvanas to punish it. But I'm not sure, he had to cut something to put in that Argus. It's kind of weird that he plays Argus over Sun Fury. Yeah, I can't understand it. Like, what are you hoping to hit? 2 Armor Smiths or something? He's got an Owl. Like, we've seen 1 Twilight Drake as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what the goal was. 2-2, okay. I was trying to think. If we have 8, 10, 14... I think that's the line. Grom, Whirlwind, everything face.
What now?
I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I guess he's probably got a brawl though. Faceless. Okay.
I'm almost out of cards.
So this is the only thing.
I've got the beast in my sight.
If we do that, if we do that. Now if he has brawl and we run out Harrison, it's super bad. But I just don't know if we can afford to play safe because he's got that card ahead.
That belongs in a museum.
I think knowing that Brawl's a possibility, you just have to still do this. Because I don't think you just win with the 2. When he's at 15 health.
I have no time for games.
He's doing that with the Brawl. Yeah. What is our last card? It's actually pretty funny. Fuck it. We gotta deal damage. Just assume that this can never get punished.
None shall.
Oh my god, what did this guy cut?
Let the pain speak to me.
Cause yeah, a lot of that's similar to what I run. It's like the Black Knight, the double Twilight Dregs. So weird. So many greedy random cards that are trash in so many matchups. Yeah, I am. I'm just curious what... I guess... I don't know. The one Argus over... Oh wait, what the hell's the card called? Sunwalker. If you take our list, you cut 2 Sunwalkers, you add 1 Argus, 1 BGH. Maybe it's the same. Maybe that's what he's running. Play 20 Druids in a row. I mean, that's why I put in the Black Knight. It was like... Genuinely, during that climb, I was facing at least 50% Druid, so... Yeah, I figured why the hell not? And sure enough, we went like... almost undefeated from 5 to Legend. Alright, just gotta get water. Anime Garage.
Death is your future. Victory or death!
Interesting that he swings. Seems a little weird.
Honor, made to fit.
Alright, well, I'm curious if this is like a more normal variant of Warrior, or if we're gonna find something kind of surprising here. It's at least decently normal. I think we do slam it.
You are not fit to rule the Horde.
Well, mine's golden, so I think we've got the upper hand. Warrior versus Megatron? There's something like that. He's going face? Interesting. What do we do? There's no Baron clear. This engine's not bad. I don't want to like buff it for BGH.
What now?
If you play Sanjin and you hit here, it sets up an okay play. If you execute... Do you execute along with it?
I wonder.
Take the gamble, hit and brawl. God, it does. It just feels so weak against Warrior. Like, this feels necessary, but it also feels like so bad. Yeah, maybe it's just the matchups we're getting, but so far I'm not sold on this. God damn. Corcron and the Black Knight. Well, it seems like everyone's facing lots of druids. Do you like super mega yellow brawl here? Like you can brawl for the 50-50, take out the other thing with an execute. And you're left with the Taskmaster. I actually feel like that's the way to go. It's so bad. Not gonna lie, I'm sleepy. Thought that was a druid skin. You know, with the new skins, I actually do get, like, genuinely confused. Like, some of the warlock skins, I think are druids, and druids, I think are warlocks. Guys, use my favorite card back, though. What card back is this? I hate that you can only ever, like, kind of partially see it for a second.
I got the beast
Gotta
in
be.
my sight.
I bring life.
God, this just feels so awful. Okay. Yeah, totally fine. That was a great draw.
My fire be burned.
Well, we can't kill our own Sylvanas. We can come very close.
I have no time for games.
So I guess we just hope for the snipe. Yeah, what's up? Summon. Welcome back. You didn't miss much. We have not been having a lot of success.
Let the pain speak to me.
Honor. Made
Just had a cold shower, turn on the coldest setting for a minute. I've heard people who do that, and it sounds... Alright, come on, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. The worst by a mile. Yeah, it sounds horrible. I've never tried it, but I just... I don't know if the balls to do it. Fuck. If we hit, he's at 6. I guess you can just get in. You don't even bother to hit. Yeah. Gross. Got number 1 back on EU. Nice. Didn't even have to play. The guy just lost. That's pretty funny. After a warm shower, then burst into the breathing exercises. I see. Can clear it and draw 2. Do we want to draw 2 though? He's got an Arcanite Reaper as well. Only started yesterday doing this 30-day challenge. Nice. Yeah, that's why I gotta hit the rowing machine after this. That's my, I guess, kind of 30-day challenge thing. Thing I want to do for 30-ish days.
Pain speak to me.
Back to work.
Interesting. He played Grom, right?
What now?
I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm gonna do this. Could have shield powered shield slam, deal 8, save the drag. Yeah, I think I just read that. Getting loopy. Go gym later today. I'm trying to get into some cycling. Cycling's good. Cycling's like really good cardio, at least. I never enjoy cycling though. Oh, we got our own Harrison.
Let the pain speak to me.
I think it's correct. Working out. Think about getting a bicycle. It depends where you are. Some places it's really nice to bike. Like I know people who love like mountain biking and they go find all these different trails. That sounds like a lot of fun. But when I see, I'm surprised. When I see people biking in the city, that does not look like very much fun. Yeah, I think we're still good to draw once more. He had that Arcanite Reaper. I kind of want to hang on to that. Just getting one draw off of it would be fine. Negating 5 damage would be nice. In Auckland, New Zealand. That's like pretty well populated, right? Could have like a brawl or something, but I don't mind this. Oh, it's the largest city. Okay. You can tell I am not a geography
I have
expert.
no time for games.
1.65 million. Okay. It's actually not too big when you compare it to a lot of the other 14. Yeah, they're like big cities around the world. I think we just double trade off. And do we plop down Harrison? Do we swing face? All kinds of questions. What if you did just push damage? 7, 10. Seems like such a bad idea. You could though, you could hit and then just swing face. Is there any way he doesn't make the trade?
What now?
No problem.
Because you still get the bonus damage from it. You don't need Harrison out.
Nice right.
Yeah, let's try it. Why not?
Almost out of cards.
Harrison's gone, so you can pre-equip. I suppose, yeah, we could have done that and equipped. That's true. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm saving this for. Yeah, New Zealand's a small place. My girlfriend spent, I think, a year in, what? Oh, I see. Oh, that's bad. Oh, we got punished so hard. No, no. Oh, I should have just traded. Well, I said I wanted to see. Definitely got to see. I didn't think about that. Oh, man. That is pain. Well, it's our fault. Can't blame that one on the list. But yeah, New Zealand is a place that I actually like really want to go visit sometime. It's a place we've talked about potentially moving like later in life as well. Because she said it's beautiful. Everything I've heard is it's just like great. So seems good from an outsider's perspective. Yeah, everyone seems friendly. It's like, you know, a little quiet, a little more up my alley, I think. The hell? Get the weirdest email.
Garrosh versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
Victory or death!
So strange. Okay. You went quieter? Welcome to Pitch Black and Northern... Oh, you want quieter. Okay, that does not seem that good. Sweden would be a cool place to go to. I've also heard just like very good things about it. Tinkmaster is fun. I feel like it's pretty bad against Paladin hero power. If you can time it for like a Tyrion, it's great, but I don't think we want to start with it. Now this list I feel like should match up very well against Paladin. Let's try not to screw this up.
Reporting for duty.
Honor. Made
Sweden still has snow. Snow's eradicated in Germany? Why do you say that? Yeah, versus Stealth Gadget's another good one. Blessing of Wisdom. Interesting. So I think we frothing. True Silver is his answer to it. But we can coin Harrison, which I like. And then if he doesn't, I think we Acolyte Whirlwind. Oh. Okay. Execute Acolyte, I guess. Seems fine. Oh. Sneaky. Good try.
The end is coming! Reporting for duty. Bring the pain.
Could go for some like cheeky draws here, but I don't think we need to. Let me think it through though. It's 2 draws with it, but then it's dead. And you get no draws off of that. You do get some armor. I don't think it's worth it though. Make a match fatigue if you want. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's fine.
Reporting for duty.
Well, do we just want to draw 4 cards? Let's see. Gotta be careful. We don't want to overdraw. What is this gonna be? Was it like Repentance, the thing that drops it? Argata 1? Yeah, because you could like coin Harrison, you draw 4 cards, your hand's full. Yeah, you can't really do much else. Depending on what you draw, like maybe you equip a Fiery War Axe, something like that. If you do this now, I'm pretty sure it's going to trigger that. Yeah, whatever it is, Repentance or something. Which I'm okay with. We could still like get and clean up dudes next turn. Harrison, oh, it's not that though. Harrison might also be good in a True Silver, Ashbring or something like that. I don't know. We'll see about this next turn. Noble Saka 3-2. Yeah, maybe. What else would it be? Because it's... There's no way that it's the one that like brings this dude back to life with 1 health. Maybe it is.
Mind if I roll knee?
Sweden is super strict in drug laws. Is that true? Led to a drug war, if I'm not mistaken. Interesting. Just the thing, it's like, it's such a juicy Geddon that I just feel like we don't care about drawing off a Sword of Justice.
Bring the pain.
It is a noble sacrifice. So weird. Yeah, bubbleless run redemption, exactly. And usually you play it like along with it, right? Play your Tyrion, your Ashburn, or whatever it is. Oh my god. The biggest mistake of your life, buddy. Giving that thing 7 attack. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh. How many? We got 8 cards in hand? 3. Oh. Do we just coin so we don't? I think we just get rid of the coin. I guess we have the choice later. We can draw first, get rid after. Oh god, it's so nice. Tech cards are balanced and classic. I can't see needing the coin, so we'll just do that. Ah, that was just way too juicy.
Do you like to play with fire?
Oh, it's so slow. I love it. Do we rag into this? Do we play it slow? Do we Sanjin? I wonder about Tinkmaster. Like, do I want to run him out on an empty board? I guess he's probably got like a Doomsayer still. What other like big targets would he have? I guess I'll keep him. I don't want to get rag blasted, but when else do you play it? I think it's fine. I'll just do that. Have 4 cards clap his cheeks? Yeah, I think so. And even if he does like equality or something, you know, whatever, he's gonna use it at some point. What's some Canadian slang I wouldn't have heard? Canadian slang? We don't really have a lot of good stuff. Oh, what the hell? You know what? Sometimes I can't think of things. And then if somebody says it, I'm like, oh, I guess that is slang. Let me look up Canadian slang. I'll tell you what we actually use.
I wonder.
Kind of just like Gorehell here. Do you ever shield slam this too? I definitely like Gorehell on the 4/4. It's pretty aggressive, but I still actually think it's good. Gorehell shield slam, dude's ready to get cooked. Called it. Alright, what does this say about Canadian slang? Hoser? Yeah, hoser's a decent one. They have it written as unsophisticated person. Hoser, I don't know, it's kind of like douche. Idiot, moron, something like that. Wait, kerfuffle? That's Canadian? You guys don't know kerfuffle? Like a commotion? Or 1 off lethal, is that right? Yeah, like that's one. I didn't know that was Canadian, apparently. Okay, this is ridiculous. For sure, that is not Canadian.
Well played.
No, this is dumb stuff. None of these are good. There's gotta be better ones. 50 most popular Canadian slang words and sayings. No, these are not. None of these are Canadian things. Here, I'll even show. This is the crap that they're showing. You've heard kerfuffle before? I just know Canadians love to say A. Yeah, I don't know why we have the A stereotype, like EH. I guess, like, maybe we say it a bit more. Yeah, a Canuck, somebody from Canada. Cowtown, that's where I'm from. But, like, darts for cigarettes, isn't that more of like a... I thought that was like a European thing, like a British thing or something. Yeah, this is A. Double Double's a type of coffee. Get her done. Isn't that like Larry the Cable Guy? The fuck is a Jam Buster? KD for craft dinner, which we say instead of macaroni and cheese. Because of the brand. I don't know, most of those look pretty lame. Okay, another paladin. We'll do this. This deck is a real snooze fest. Which, this warrior one or the what do you call it? The paladin one that we just played. I'm not loving this deck. Like, it's not horrible or anything, but so far I just don't see like any benefit of playing this over standard control warrior.
Put this apple on your head.
I'm also like very tired. So when you say snooze fest, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep, but I can't go to bed at like 6 here. Get that exercise in, that'll wake me up, and then
The light
yeah, then we'll move on. Types of games you into, you could recommend some off of Steam. It's really aggressive. I want to get rid of cards. I'm trying to think if I hit this. He already coined, so he's not going to blessing at kings. But he could blessing a might. I feel like the charge is better. The warrior just dislike control warrior in general. Oh, see, I really like control warrior. Standard control warrior. But yeah, this one's just kind of whatevs. 2 a.m. here, can't sleep. Working 4 hours? Oh my god, that sounds horrible. What do you do for work, though? Guess we do this. Don't want to have too many cards in hand. That's a hit.
No problem.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah, as far as games that I'm into, I like RPGs. So, like, I really like Divinity Original Sin. 1 and 2 were good. I like card games, strategy, adventure, that kind of thing. Yeah, again, I'm not like super keen to draw for that, but I do kind of want the body. I mean, it's basically just cycling because you're getting rid of a card anyway. I think it's fine. Oh, you work in sales. Well, that sounds rough if you're tired. Gloomhaven. Yeah, I looked at that actually. My friend and I were looking for games to play together. We tried Grim Dawn, which neither of us... Oh, okay, it's Divine Favor, alright. Neither of us were like a huge fan of. But Gloomhaven was one of the ones that I recommended. Because, yeah, it's like a board game. And, isn't it like a $300 board game or something? But then on Steam, it's like a totally reasonable price. I could just spend all kinds of shit here. I think it's actually good.
The blade be thirsty.
This guy's like hyper aggressive. Let's do that. Yeah, so I think I would like it. I might give that a go. It's a good idea. Oh, there's that Hammer of Tempo loss.
Reporting for duty.
Did I hit that with a Gorehel? Oh, I could Tink Master.
One shot, one kill.
Okay, it's not even too bad. Ooh, that's really good. And I'll probably just chill on that.
No problem.
I think I like this. Just get rid of anything you could buff. That's tough to deal with. Love how you can slap her in actual trash and Gorehel's still good value. I know, it feels so wrong, like hitting a 1-1 with a 7 attack thing, but it's actually pretty good. Seems to be running the same deck got number 1 with is terrible against Warrior. It really seems that way. Is there any way we die? I don't feel like it. Leroy. Double blessing or something. But like 9, 15. But if you only do 9. I don't know. I feel like it's okay. Should win. 8, 4, 9, 13. Don't even need an activator. It actually ended up being like decently close. Nice, nice. Man, I feel like I've played a lot of Hearthstone. Maybe it's just because it's all like compressed into these couple of days. The fact that we're only gold is pretty bad. I guess we must have. I thought we started with like 9 stars. It's not that great. All right.